Hey guys, welcome back for another track guide this week from Zanvoort.
Sorry. What's up, man?
Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. I got to apologize first up just for not putting out a couple of track guides the last couple of weeks. Been a combination of a little bit slack and I didn't really think I had a lot to offer in the last couple of weeks, and Scotty's been putting out a couple of really good guides. Quick thank you to Scotty for the one from Charlotte. I got heaps out of that. Obviously he's one of the aliens. He's just really quick, so you'll probably get a lot of information definitely out of Scotty. And I always go to Madison Down on VRS. Check him out, which I think Scotty mentioned on the Charlotte track guide. But this is just a different take on what those guys do, as they're just nuts. So yeah, a little bit of a different take. But last night I was practicing. I didn't have the official setup yet from Jamie, so I've just gone a VRS setup. So I won't let you know about brake biases or anything, but I got it down to a 134.2 so far, 9. So I was quite happy with that. Just wanted to explain the big left-hand berm, which a lot of you probably understand now is a lot different to what it used to be. And that's where you'll pick up a lot of your time. So getting into it without any further delay. Got the input telemetry up there so you guys can have a look at that. All right, so coming down into the first corner, flat stick, all the way up into 6th gear. I spot that telegraph pole there and the 100. So as you can see, I'm already on the brakes there, about 2 car lengths before. You can really push it right up to the pole. I saw Madison Downs track guide or hot lap. Yeah, and he pushes it right up to there and just bangs it under brakes. I couldn't quite do that. But yeah, so about 2 car lengths roughly hard under brakes, all the way back down through to 2nd, and then just trailing off into the corner. I sort of aim for about 3/4 track. I don't keep it right out here. You probably can, but yeah, I've just noticed for myself, it tends to work a little bit better. You want to get more of a mid apex coming into this one, and then just getting the car completely around as usual, and then just powering out as hard as you can, as you'll see here. All the way back down to 2nd, coming around. Just once you're trailing off there, you can tend to go down the gears a little bit quickly and get a bit of compression and lose the arse end. So watch that one, guys. It is geared quite lowly or low. This setup was, I'd imagine Jamie's been going for lower setups lately, lower gear ratios. So yeah, just keep that one in mind. As you can see, mid to late apex there, coming across nice and tight as you can, over to the right side curb. Once you're hitting that, getting back on the gas and yeah, powering out as hard as you can. In 2nd, coming out, clicking 3rd, all the way up into 4th along this little stretch here. Now I get along to about, I think it's about halfway through the curve there on the left. So I want to come out here and then like be straightening up this way. This is the angle I want to head in. I don't head straight for here. I want to come around here and be heading more that direction, get my braking done and my shift down to third, and then trailing off into the corner.
All right.
As you'll see there, braking done. It's quite a
Welcome,
quick
man.
little thing. I've sort of probably broke a little bit late there. As you can see, a bit of a twitch of the arse end trying to hold on to it. But in Madison Downs guide, he'll come across here and he shifts right out here, like drifts right out here, comes back across onto the line. But he's just one of those aliens that can do that, much like Scotty Gamble. So yeah, so that's my one there, guys. Oh, a bit too much talking. So where did I break? Yeah, probably about the halfway. Yeah. So you can get it done. You just got to watch that you're trailing and that you're not too hard on the brakes. So yeah, once again in a straight line there, back to third, trailing off into the corner, sort of more of a early to mid apex, and then just holding a line out of there. Don't drift too wide. You probably can, but I just found coming across back onto the racing line where you can see that really worn black part is the best line there for myself. It's coming across
Welcome, man.
bit tighter on the apex there than what I have. So this is the tricky corner. So what I do is come back across here and I watched Madison's lap over and over and over. So I come across staying on that black part as much as I can. So you can see this worn part here, staying inside that. I'll come across, I'm still in third here. He gets on the brakes so late and shifts so late and drifts right out here just onto the green and then gets back on it, which is what I've been trying to do, and I found it definitely is the quickest line. So yeah, coming around that right-hander in a straight line here, I tend to tip it in third gear just a little bit and then shift back to second, just so that the car's in that direction and it's not going to like you'll go back the gear and then it'll lose the arse end and get around this corner. So this corner, if I can explain it a little bit better, is like a motocross berm almost. If you've ever done motocross, come in, you basically come in, hit the berm, get the arse end around and then boot out. So that's what you're basically trying to do here. I'll just show you through the line without complicating it too much, just so you can get a bit of a feel for it. We'll go through it in real time a couple of times. Coming around, tipping it in, back to second, getting that berm and then just booting out and using all of the track there, guys. So I'll go through it again just without chatting. Yeah, it's really a getting it in, getting it turned completely and then getting on the gas as hard as you can to get the best run out of there. Getting it turned, smacking on the gas again and then just booting it out. So with this one coming out of there, you can stick over to the right here if you want and just follow the line all the way around. Just stay over the right side of the track. For some reason, I always just drift out and try to straighten that next part in on pretty much every track, but that's just something I do. But yeah, coming out of there, sticking right over to the right-hand side of the track here, guys. All the way up into fifth gear through here. Don't click up to sixth, or I don't click up to sixth. I rev out fifth gear. I don't think there's any need to go up into sixth. Yeah, as you can see here, sticking all the way over to the right. This is a pretty straightforward corner. You just want to get a mid to later apex as you possibly can coming through there so that you're all the way over to the left to set up that next right-hander up over the hill, which can be a bit of a tricky one. Coming over, touching that curb there, keeping it nice and tight. With this setup, the arse end wanted to get real twitchy through there when you had your foot completely planted, so you had to sort of feather the accelerator a little bit, but getting through there. Just nicking the right side, this right side curb here, guys, coming through here, keeping it nice and tight on the right there as you come through here, and then just letting the car drift before it gets over that hill to the left-hand side to set up the next right-hander. As you can hear, they're peaking out fifth gear. So you basically, there's no real brake marker once again. You sort of come up here. I'm just sort of looking for that square bit there. About a car length before that, I'll get off the accelerator straight on the brake, shift fourth. You can hold the brakes a little bit before you shift down a gear just to steady the car up. But you sort of want to get it pulled up a little bit earlier just to get it completely stable before you get into this one, as it is coming over a hill and down the hill into the right-hander, which can be a tricky one, as we all sort of know from previous tracks. But yeah, that's basically all I can say about that one. So I'll run through it again. So just coming up over the hill here, peeking out fifth, over to the left, down to fourth, and then just trailing, just just feathering that brake just so that you're not understeering, because this can be a real tricky one. You'll get over that hill, put your foot on the brake, and then you'll end up understeering and just shooting out there into the runoff. But just feathering the brakes there, trying to trail off and keep as much speed as you can into this corner, trailing over to the right hand side curb there. Once you've hit your curb, you're in fourth, just powering out as hard as you can, just trying not to lose the RCM once again. It is cambered quite a bit, most of the corners on this track, so that does help quite a bit. As I said, in fourth gear, coming across, hitting your curb, booting it as hard as you can out of there, holding fourth at the end of the curb, I think, which is what most people do. Trying to set the car up in a line this way rather than heading straight for the corner. Yeah, set it up this way, back down to third, and then just coming over and just nicking the curb. I've tried to jump the curb just to get a little bit more speed, like to cut off more of the track, but it tends to unstable the car a bit too much, as it is more of a sausage curb. So yeah, I probably recommend not hitting the curb, just sort of going as close as you possibly can to it, as you'll see here, guys. So in fourth, back down to third, getting the turning in, trailing off. As you hit the curb, you want to be hitting your accelerator. Pretty much with every corner, you want to be before. I've said it heaps of times in the previous guides. Before or just on your curb, you want to be hitting the accelerator. Not flat out, but just getting back on that gas just to keep that mid-corner speed up and getting the best time you possibly can. So coming out of here in third, I'm holding third all the way through here, trying to get my braking once again, as you'll see here, just trying to follow the track here on the black part, trying to get that braking done in a straight line, because this can be a tricky one. Once again, you'll want to get on the brakes really hard, but if you're getting on the brakes hard and trying to trail, it'll get a lot of understeer and just shoot you out to the left there. So try to get your braking done in a straight line, back down to second, and then getting as late at apex as you possibly can. Coming in here, and then as you can see there on the curb, accelerating again. Once again, not very hard on the accelerator, as you can see on the telemetry there. Just sort of starting to get back on it, just to keep that mid-corner speed up. And then just getting on the accelerator very cautiously out of this one, as you all probably know. Very easy to lose the arse end out of this one and the next one. So just keep that in mind, guys. So coming out of here, feathering the accelerator, really getting on it as hard as you can, all the way over to the right. So with that one, that was basically the line I used to take. With this one, I used to go straight through here. Like, I never found it overly quicker to go out to the right here. But as I said, I've been watching Madison Downs track guides quite a bit lately, as I got a subscription to VRS now. So he shoots it right out here, right out to the right. I don't go out as wide as he does. Keeps it right out here. Mind you, he can, yeah, he's an alien, but yeah, gets it out here, and I just keep an eye on that road there. Once your nose is almost up to that little off road there, I'm off the accelerator, and then lightly on the brake, shifting back down to second. Yeah, so I'm second through both of these corners. So second through that one, powering out, hitting third, up to here, just before you're about to hit that one, on the brakes, off the accelerator, and then shifting down to second, getting as late at apex as you can, once again on this one. And I'll show you there. So as you can see there, yeah, not going right out to the right. I might try it during the week. I'll try to get out there as hard as I can, but I find trying to get on the gas as hard as you can out of the previous right-hander, it shoots you left, and then if you're coming all the way back around to the right, you're just taking up too much track and losing too much time. But maybe I have to keep it a little bit tighter on that last right-hander now that I'm thinking it through. To keep it a little bit tighter, get it more around the corner before I start accelerating out, just to get it over here to the right, to get that later apex and get a good run through this corner. But we'll have a look at it anyway. This is my line so far. So I'll just talk through, back down to second, trailing off, mid apex there, getting back on the gas. Now boot it out of here as hard as you can. When I was watching the guide last night, he comes out of here and he's shifting third before he even hits that ripple strip. So get on the gas as hard as you can. Just keep feathering that accelerator and just keep your understeer in check. Your oversteer, sorry, in check. Coming out of there. So shifting up to third, up to fourth, and then all the way up to fifth down this back straight. Up to fourth, up to fifth, stay over to the left here. Now, as everyone probably knows, keeping an eye out for the 100 board. I was braking at the 100 board in practice. Tends to unstable the car a little bit too much for me. So I've gone about a car length before the 100. Quite hard on the brakes, once again in a straight line, following this black part over here. All the way back down to second. I'll just show you through here in real time first. Coming all the way back down to second. Now with that curb there, you can jump that. You can actually stick your right tyres here and jump it over that way. You just got to watch it. So as usual with curbs, you're coming in, brake, brake, brake. Before you hit the curb, you want to get off the brakes just to stable the car, just to get those shocks extended out, and yeah, keep as much grip as you can through here. Um, Sometimes you'll hit the curb and it'll shoot you around like that, or it'll want to kick you around the corner, which can help, but you just got to keep it in mind that it's going to do that. I went a little bit wide on here. Probably could have cut off a little bit more time by hitting that curb a little bit harder, but that's the line I've taken so far. But yeah, keep it in mind that you can cut that quite a bit. Oop, we'll go back here to the 100. It's coming all the way through fifth gear, fourth, third, second, all the way down, hitting your apex. Well, it's probably a good little line through there. Now, this one can be a little bit tricky. As you can see there, coming out of that right-hander, you want to just come over to the left-hand side. Probably even come here. I've come a little bit further over to the left more than what I should. Probably stay about here and then come in. Nice cambered corner, so it helps you get around with a little bit of acceleration as well. So coming in, dip your nose in, stay nice and tight to the curb on the left-hand side there. But coming out, so you're in second here, coming around nice, tight, tight, tight. As you can see there, I'm going to start getting on the gas here. A lot of people want to come around here, nice and tight, and then accelerate out and start drifting across to the right, which is what you do, but you want to do it earlier. If you come around here and start accelerating out, there's actually a rise there, like a bump in the road there, like a rise. And if you come out too tight, you'll come out, hit that, and then just the RCN comes out. But I've noticed if you come in and start accelerating earlier, which drifts you out earlier to the right side of the road, it actually gets you over that bump onto the curb, and you can just power out without it. It'll spin tyres, but it won't want to kick the arse end as much as what it will if you stay inside the track here. So just keep that one in mind as well, guys. I'll just talk through go back through that one. So back down to second here, nice and tight on the left, accelerating early out of there, just getting across to the right side of the road early. Coming up the second last corner here, looking for the 50 board marker. Pretty much on just after the 50 marker there. Getting on the brakes in a straight line. I'm in fourth, back down to third. So there's another little rise in the road here, or I think it's actually flat and then it dips off and then into the corner. It'll make it feel like when you're under brakes, you shift back to third, you go to turn in, it feels like it wants to understeer into the corner. But once you get over that rise, that little dip thing into the corner, it'll pretty much stable the car back up and you'll get a good run through there, as there is a little bit of camber on that corner as well. So just keep that one in mind as well, guys. So through this one in third gear, nice and tight on the curb there, accelerating as you're hitting the curb just before, getting as much speed out of there as you possibly can, because you need a really good run around this corner and down the main straight so that you don't get overtaken up the inside. Probably going to happen because everyone's bloody close in V8 vets at the moment, but yeah, that's probably your best way to go about it without getting or to get the best run. So out onto the left hand side of the curb here, and then just going up through your gears. So I think I've gone through there in third, coming out, hit fourth, hit fifth, coming around this corner, up into fifth there. Now coming across, sorry, talking too much. So from the left here, just following the black bit there, guys, just following the main race line. But as you come around the corner here, as you're coming around, you don't want to be getting on, like you're getting on the gas really hard, but you want to make sure that you're on the black here, you're not down here, and you're not right up here. You probably couldn't go up a little bit higher, but not too far, not too much further lower. So stay about where I am coming around, and you want to be as tight to this curb from the beginning of it to the end of it as you can. So you want to be right on it coming into that one, and it'll give you a good run out of the corner there, guys. Shifting all the way up into second, tighter than what I've done there. I was watching Madison Downs guide again. I always go back to it. He's bloody good, as you all know. So it's really good to get tips off him. So if I'd stayed lower there, I would have got a better run out. But he'll come around here like that. He was tight as hell. Come through here, and he comes out in the middle of the track. He doesn't even drift right out to the left-hand side of the wall. He comes right around and just takes as little track as he can, and then down the middle of the straight over the line. So not really sure what that does. Might I don't know. Obviously, it's quick, so yeah, I'll have to go back over it and have a bit of a look. But once again, coming through tight as you can on this curb, getting a good run out onto the main straight. Just don't hit that wall there; it'll put you out of the race. And that's a full guide. once again, sorry I didn't put any guides up the last couple of weeks, but I will try in the future. If I don't think I've really got anything to contribute, I probably won't put it up. But that's track guide from me, guys. Hope it helps, and can't wait to see you in the race on Thursday. Cheers.